Mark, thanks for taking time to speak with us after the panel.
Thank you for having me.
Obviously, Aurora has a lot of reasons to be here, but what brought you guys here specifically?
To Benzinga, we like Benzinga. I've done the events over the last couple of years here in Toronto, Miami. There's always a good crowd. It's a great way of getting in touch with our audience, so why not be here? You know, we need to be approachable, and this is one of the ways in which we do that.
Absolutely, and we appreciate you being here. So with Aurora, you know, being one of the major players in the global market, where you've seen the evolution of the market, and you talked about it in the panel, what were some of the more standout evolutions, changes that you've seen through Aurora as well as on the market in general?
Okay, this is a short question that I can give a very long answer to. No, obviously the first thing that, well, not the first thing that comes to mind, but very importantly, it was the start of consumer use in Canada, October 17. That's an incredible market that is growing rapidly. Demand is there. I mean, I know that the reports in the media have been a little bit mixed, but what we're dealing with is a completely new industry that is built from scratch. The infrastructure, the physical sales infrastructure isn't quite there. We're scaling up like there's no tomorrow. Our Sky facility is coming online beautifully. We're harvesting out of that. The harvests are above the target that we need to get to the 100,000 kilograms a year. So that is awesome. That's very exciting. The next evolution we're going to see there, not just there, but also in the medical market, is obviously derivative products.
Right.
Come October, we don't anticipate there will anything will change there. So we're preparing for that on two levels. A, being ready for October when the products are going to hit the shelf. So it's product development, it's putting the infrastructure in place, and then beyond that, we're developing a new project at our Sky facility, next to our Sky facility. It's called Aurora Polaris. It's an international logistics center, but also a manufacturing and processing center. That brings me to the next thing. You know, we're talking about the evolution of the industry. It was very Canadian focused at first. We very rapidly saw this is a global market. The efficacy of cannabis, the multiple areas, the myriad of areas in which it can be applied is absolutely amazing, and we saw this is a global play. So we started looking at the global market very early. We've got 2 of the 9 EU GMP certified facilities in the world. Allows us to sell internationally. We're in 24 countries, 5 continents. With our hemp products, we're in over 100 countries, I believe even over 150 countries. They're small sales channels now, but we can blow them up now. We just acquired the remaining interest in Hempco, or we are acquiring the remaining interest in Hempco. We've got hemp assets across the globe. We've got facilities across the globe. We've got, sorry, I just keep on talking because there's so much exciting stuff going on.
You have a little bit of activity going on.
And then we won the German tender, which is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
So we got the maximum of 5 lots in the tender, which means that we're going to be a local producer in Germany, which, you know, is important from, you know, local visibility point of view, servicing German patients with locally grown cannabis. On top of that, you know, the market in Germany we anticipate will grow so rapidly that for the very foreseeable future, it's going to require very substantial imports as well. We've got a long-standing track record there as a high-quality, reliable supplier to the German system, and then it's all the other countries. So, sorry, there was a long answer, but
I like it.
And that's just
the expert opinion.
Part of what excites me.
Well, you also mentioned those hot markets outside of Germany.
Yeah.
What are some of the markets that maybe have flown under the radar outside of the companies?
I think the markets that are going to come along or that are developing already, Australia is very interesting. The way their system has evolved, it's evolved more towards a Canadian model, which is going to allow for much more rapid growth. It's an incredible market. We own 23% of one of the local producers there. Cat Group was the first company to get its license. Then within Europe, obviously, the markets that will be developing. The UK, which, you know, the door is going to open a little bit. We've actually supplied some product to the UK. I anticipate that France at some point in the near future will come online as well. And then obviously we got the markets where we already are, Poland, Czech Republic, Denmark. But if you look at the EU as a whole, it's a market of, even after Brexit, of well over 400 million people, with only a handful of companies that can supply this market. And we're the biggest
It's a huge opportunity
in that area, so it's a phenomenal opportunity for Aurora.
Mark, thanks so much for taking time to
You're
do
very
this.
welcome.
I'm really excited to see what happens to
Pleasure
Aurora in the
always
future.
to be here.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Have a good one.